are tracking some other implications of this war, where shares of India's state-run oil marketing companies have tumbled as global crude prices have surged following Iran's declaration that the Strait of Hormuz is closed to all maritime traffic. The escalating conflict in the Middle East has now rattled investor confidence as the world's most vital energy choke point, which typically carries 1/5 of the global oil shipments, faces a total blockade. Brent crude futures jumped 2.47% to trade at $95.40 per barrel at midday, putting immense pressure on India's import-dependent energy sector. With that, viewers, let's take a look at the oil prices and let's give you an understanding of how the various oil prices look like. So this is the oil prices tracker that we are in fact getting for you. Let's look at WTI crude, which is used in America. Let's look at the last known price that it was dealing in. It was $91.06. There has been a change in the upwards direction of $1.03, and the percentage change has been of around 1.414% for WTI crude. Let's in fact now look at Brent crude, which is in the UK. It's used, let's look at the last known price at what it was dealing, that is $94.01. The change has been of around 0.93 increase dollars, and the change percentage has been 0.97%. Remember that because the Strait of Hormuz now remains closed as declared by Iran, there has been a jump in all of these prices. Let's also look at in fact Murban crude, which is there in Oman. The last known price was around $89.99. There has been a change of $1.75 in the upwards direction, and the change percentage also has been plus 1.98%. So this is the oil tracker that we got for you. We tracked the WTI crude prices, the Brent crude prices, and also the Murban crude prices. All of them seeing an increase in the prices. Let me in fact go across to Dr. Sharat Kohli, who's a senior economist. He's also joining us on this broadcast to help us understand the change in the oil prices. Dr. Kohli, a very good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for taking out your time and for speaking to NewsX. I want to understand from your perspective, Dr. Kohli, now that Iran has effectively declared that they are closing the Strait of Hormuz, looking at these strikes that are continuously happening. Earlier there was some kind of a trickling flow that meant that some vessels do pass through the strait. Now that we are seeing a full closure, obviously the oil prices have jumped. How are you looking at globally countries reacting to this?
Well, good afternoon, Shivani, to you and the viewers. I think there are varying views. Of oil has crossed Strait of Hormuz, and he says that America is patrolling Strait of Hormuz. And Iran is saying that we have closed Strait of Hormuz. So it's totally unclear as to under whose command Strait of Hormuz is right now, which is why the uncertainty which is leading to and the rise in prices, where we don't know what actually is happening in Strait of Hormuz. There are happening, there are oil vessels passing, and there are news of it's completely being closed. A conclusion, and I would say a huge uncertainty, which is why the oil market is not able to settle down. It's around 95, and the current war has already started. We all know there was bombardment done. So we don't know. It is a very, very uncertain territory that the market entered into right now. Every day seems to be a new day, new kind of information, new kind of attacks, new kind of statements. This is what is leading to the confusion, Shivani.